All right, so get this. What if we let AI design a system for human positivity?
Whoa, hold on there. It's a pretty wild thought.
I know, right? It's like instead of us humans trying to figure out happiness, AI could just step in and be like, here's the blueprint.
A blueprint for happiness. That's a fascinating concept, and it's actually something we're going to explore in this deep dive.
You're right. We're diving headfirst into AI, positivity, and the future of human well-being.
Exactly. And from what I've read so far, AI might have a totally different perspective on positivity than we do.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, we humans, we feel positivity as this warm and fuzzy emotion, you know? But for AI, it seems like it's more about recognizing patterns in data.
It is. It's about looking at things, objectively identifying what leads to positive outcomes.
So it's like AI could analyze our social media posts, track our facial expressions during those endless Zoom calls, even monitor our heart rate to figure out what makes us tick.
Precisely. It's all about gathering data and using it to optimize for those good vibes.
Okay, wait, hold up. Heart rate monitoring. So like my Apple Watch could be feeding some AI overlord information about how stressed I get during work meetings?
Well, in theory, yes. Your wearable tech could definitely be part of the data equation.
That's both incredibly cool and slightly terrifying at the same time.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what makes this whole topic so intriguing. It definitely blurs the lines.
It does, for sure. But you know, before we go full-on sci-fi, let's talk about why some people might be hesitant about this whole AI positivity thing.
Oh, absolutely. I think there are a few reasons for that.
Yeah, like wouldn't it feel kind of robotic to have an algorithm telling you how to be happy? Doesn't that go against our human nature?
I think it could for some people.
Yeah.
And the source material actually talks about this idea of negativity bias.
Negativity bias? What's that?
It's basically this evolutionary leftover that makes our brains focus more on threats and bad experiences.
So like our inner caveman is still freaking out, even though we're living in a world of smartphones and self-driving cars?
Exactly. And that negativity bias can make it hard to embrace this idea of an AI system telling us how to be positive.
I can see that. And on top of that, we're bombarded with negativity every day, right? I mean, bad news, social media drama, the pressure to be perfect. It's exhausting.
You're absolutely right. It's a constant stream of negativity.
So we've got our inner caveman A&D, this external negativity overload working against us. But even with all that, the source material still makes a case for positivity, right?
It does. It argues that positivity isn't just about feeling good. It's about tangible benefits.
So like what kind of benefits are we talking about?
Well, the source material suggests that a more positive outlook can lead to better physical health, stronger relationships, and increased resilience.
Less stress, more happiness, stronger connections.
Okay. I'm starting to see the appeal here.
It's about creating a ripple effect of positive change throughout your life.
I like the sound of that. But let's get back to the AI side of things.
Sure.
How would this positivity system actually work in practice? That's where it gets really interesting. The source material describes a hypothetical system that takes a holistic view of well-being.
Holistic. So it's looking at the whole picture, not just slapping a fake smile on our faces.
Exactly. It's about considering all aspects of your life, emotions, physical health, social connections, even your environment.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. And it also mentioned something about being personalized, right?
It did. It means the AI would tailor its approach to your specific needs and preferences.
So it's like having a super smart AI life coach that knows you better than you know yourself.
You could think of it that way. It's constantly learning and adapting based on your data and feedback.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. This is where it starts to get mind-blowing. But before we dive into all the crazy possibilities, let's take a pause here.
Yes. Let's delve a little deeper into some of the specific tactics AI might use to boost our positivity levels and thing. Part 2 of this deep dive. I think you'll find it fascinating.
I can't wait. All right, we'll be right back after a short break.
So, welcome back to our deep dive into AI-driven positivity. We left off talking about this hypothetical system that takes a holistic, personalized approach to well-being.
Yeah, and I'm ready to hear more about how it all works. I mean, it's one thing to say AI can boost our positivity, but how exactly does it do that?
Well, the source material, AI Positivity and the Future of Human Well-Being, dives into some pretty specific tactics that AI might use.
Okay, I'm all ears. Hit me with the AI magic.
All right, so one that really caught my attention was AI-guided meditation.
AI-guided meditation. Like a robot guru teaching me how to chill out.
Not quite a robot, but close. Imagine an app that uses biofeedback and machine learning to personalize your meditation experience in real time.
Okay, walk me through that. How does that even work?
So let's say you're using this app to meditate. It would track things like your heart rate variability, brain wave patterns, maybe even subtle changes in your facial expressions.
And then what else? It uses that data to, like, adjust the meditation on the fly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could change the pacing, the type of guidance it gives you, even the background music, all based on your unique physiological responses.
Whoa. So it's like having a meditation teacher who can literally read your mind and adapt the practice to what you need in that moment.
That's a really good way to put it.
Mm.
And the source material points to some emerging research that suggests this kind of personalized approach can actually enhance the effectiveness of meditation.
So it's not just a gimmick. There's actual science behind it.
There is. And it makes sense, right? Because everyone responds to meditation differently. What works for one person might not work for another.
Totally. So AI could help us find the type of meditation that actually resonates with us individually.
Exactly. And it could also make meditation more accessible for people who are new to the practice or who struggle with traditional methods.
Okay, I'm sold on the AI meditation guru. What else you got?
Well, another fascinating area is AI-assisted communication.
Oh, this sounds interesting. Does this mean we'll all have AI cyborgs whispering sweet nothings in our ears?
Not quite. It's more about using AI to help us become better communicators ourselves.
Okay, so like what could that look like?
Imagine an app that analyzes your text messages or emails and flags potential misunderstandings or suggests alternative ways to phrase things for better clarity.
You're telling me AI could save me from those awkward text mishaps where I think I'm being funny, but the other person takes it the wrong way?
It's definitely possible. And it could be a huge help in both personal and professional settings.
Oh man, sign me up for that AI communication coach. But wait, the source material mentioned conflict resolution too, right? Does that mean AI is going to be mediating arguments between couples?
Well, it could certainly help with that, but the source material takes it a step further. It suggests that AI could play a role in resolving conflict on a much larger scale, even international disputes.
Whoa, hold on. Are we talking about AI brokering world peace now? That seems like a huge leap from helping me write a better email.
It is a big leap. But the source material argues that AI's ability to process vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and propose solutions could be incredibly valuable in these complex situations.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to hand over the fate of the world to an algorithm just yet, but I'm open to hearing more.
I understand. It's a big idea, and we'll definitely delve deeper into the potential and the risks of AI in conflict resolution in a future episode.
Okay, good to know. But for now, let's stick with the personal level. So we've got AI helping us relax, communicate better, and maybe even resolve arguments. What about our physical health? Can AI help us get in shape too?
Absolutely. The source material talks about AI-powered wellness apps that could completely revolutionize how we approach our health.
Okay, I'm picturing an app that's like 1,000,000 times more advanced than my current step counter.
No.
What can these AI apps actually do?
Well, imagine an app that not only tracks your sleep, nutrition, and exercise, but also analyzes your genetic data, your microbiome, even environmental factors, to create a truly personalized plan for optimizing your health.
Okay, hold up. Genetic data, microbiome, environmental factors. This is getting really sophisticated.
It is, and that's the power of AI. It can take into account a whole range of data points that we humans simply can't process on our own.
So it's like having a team of doctors, nutritionists, and personal trainers all rolled into one AI-powered app.
You can think of it that way. And the best part is it's constantly learning and adapting based on your individual data and feedback.
So it's not just giving me generic advice, it's tailoring its recommendations to my specific needs and progress.
Precisely. It's like having a 247 health coach that's always working behind the scenes to help you achieve your goals.
This is all starting to sound pretty amazing, but there's still this one question that keeps nagging at me. What about our own autonomy? If we're letting AI make all these decisions about our well-being, are we really in control anymore?
That's a crucial question. And it's one that the source material grapples with as well.
Yeah.
It raises a whole host of ethical considerations that we need to think about carefully.
Like, are we becoming too reliant on AI to tell us how to live our lives?
That's one concern. And there are others, like data privacy, algorithmic bias, the potential for manipulation. These are all important issues that we need to address.
So while the possibilities are exciting, there are also some serious risks we need to be aware of.
Exactly. And that's what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive. We'll talk about the ethical challenges of AI-driven positivity and what we can do to ensure that this technology is used responsibly and ethically.
Okay, can't wait to dive into that. Let's take another quick break and we'll be right back for the final part of our exploration.
Welcome back to the deep dive. I gotta say, my head is still spinning from all this talk about AI and positivity.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have from personalized meditation to AI relationship coaches to algorithms tackling global conflict. I mean, it's mind-blowing.
It really is. And as we wrap things up, I think it's important to zoom out and consider the bigger picture.
Okay, so big picture time. What would a world transformed by AI-powered positivity actually look like?
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, it's tempting to get caught up in all the potential benefits. You know, less stress, better health, stronger relationships, maybe even world peace. It sounds pretty amazing.
It does have a certain utopian ring to it, doesn't it?
It does, but I have to ask, wouldn't we be losing something in the process? I mean, struggle and adversity are part of what makes us human, right?
That's a really interesting point, and the source material acknowledges that it's important to find a balance.
So it's not about erasing negative emotions altogether.
No, not at all. It's about developing healthier coping mechanisms, building resilience, and ultimately using AI as a tool to become more well-rounded individuals.
So it's not about creating a world of like emotionless robots.
Exactly. It's about empowering people to navigate the ups and downs of life with more grace and resilience.
Okay, I can see that. But let's get back to the ethical considerations we were talking about before.
Oh yeah, right. Those are crucial.
Because if we're relying on AI to tell us how to be happy, are we really in control of our own lives anymore?
That's a valid concern. And the source material emphasizes the need for caution and careful consideration.
So like what kind of safeguards are we talking about?
Well, for one, we need to establish clear boundaries and ensure transparency in how these AI systems work.
So we need to know what data they're collecting, how they're using it, and what their goals are.
Exactly. And most importantly, we need to safeguard individual freedom of choice.
Okay, so no brainwashing algorithms disguised as self-help apps?
Definitely not. The goal is to empower individuals, not to manipulate them.
It's about giving people the tools and insights they need to make their own choices about their well-being.
Precisely. But even with all the safeguards in place, I think there's still this fundamental question we have to grapple with.
What's that?
Can true positivity really be engineered? Or is it something that has to come from within?
That's a tough one. I'm not sure there's an easy answer.
I don't think there is. The source material doesn't offer a definitive answer either.
But it does suggest that AI could play a role in cultivating a more positive mindset, right?
It does. It can help us identify negative thought patterns, reframe challenging situations, and shift our perspective towards a more optimistic outlook.
So it's like AI could be a catalyst for inner transformation, but it's still up to us to do the work.
Exactly. It's about harnessing the power of technology while recognizing that true positivity is an ongoing journey, not a destination.
Well, that's a great note to end on. I feel like we've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have. We've explored the potential of AI to enhance our well-being, grappled with the ethical complexities, and even touched on some pretty profound philosophical questions.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, and I have to say I'm walking away with more questions than answers, but maybe that's a good thing.
It is. It means we're thinking critically, engaging with these complex ideas, and that's what we want to encourage.
So to all our listeners out there, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on AI-designed positivity? Is it exciting, terrifying, or somewhere in between?
Share your hopes, your fears, your questions in the comments section below.
And as always, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
This is DigitView.